stop. In exactly 11 minutes, you're going to watch a man destroy his entire life in front of 200 people. Veterans Day ceremony, small-town America. This man walks up wearing the Medal of Honor, the highest military decoration in the United States. Only 3,500 people have ever received it. He's telling stories. People are listening, taking photos, shaking his hand. But there's one problem. He never earned it. And standing 20 feet away, watching every word, is a man who actually did. This is about to get ugly. Riverside, California. Veterans Day, November 11th. The town square is packed with families, veterans, and local officials. Everyone's here to honor those who served flags everywhere. The national anthem just finished. Now it's time for veterans to share their stories. That's when Marcus Webb notices him. The man is standing near the stage, late 40s, black suit, and around his neck, hanging from a light blue ribbon, is the Medal of Honor, America's highest military decoration. The medal, given for conspicuous gallantry and intrepidity at the risk of life above and beyond the call of duty, Marcus Webb knows that medal. Because he has one too. Locked in a display case at home. He earned it in Fallujah, Iraq, 2004. Leading his Marines through an ambush, saving 11 lives while taking 3 bullets himself. He doesn't wear it to events like this. Feels too much like showing off. The medal isn't about attention. It's about the brothers who didn't make it home. But this man, he's wearing his front and center. And something's wrong. The man's name is Robert Chambers, and he's been lying for 7 years. It started small. A white lie at a job interview. Yes, I served. Marines infantry. Got him the job. Got him respect. Then it grew. Saw combat in Iraq. More respect. Free drinks. People buying him lunch. Then it became his identity. Bought a replica Medal of Honor online for $80. Told people he earned it in Ramadi. Saving his unit from insurgents. He memorized details from real Medal of Honor citations he found on Wikipedia. Changed the names, made himself the hero. And for 7 years, nobody questioned it. Until today. Marcus watches as Robert moves through the crowd, shaking hands, posing for photos, telling his story to a group of high school students. It was 2006, Robert's saying. Ramadi. We were under heavy fire. I saw my brothers pinned down. I couldn't leave them. So I moved forward. Alone. Took out 3 insurgent positions with just my M4 and 2 grenades. The kids are mesmerized. Marcus's jaw tightens. Because Ramadi 2006, there was no Medal of Honor action there that year. Marcus knows. He studied every recipient, memorized their stories. These are his brothers, the highest honor his country can give. And this man is stealing it. Marcus walks over, calm, controlled. 30 years of Marine discipline keeping his anger in check. Excuse me, Marcus says quietly. I couldn't help but overhear your story. Robert turns, smiles, extends his hand. Sergeant First Class Robert Chambers, United States Marine Corps retired. Marcus doesn't take the hand. The Medal of Honor. That's quite an achievement. Yes, sir. Proudest moment of my life. I'm sure it is. What unit were you with? Robert doesn't miss a beat. He's told this story 100 times. 1st Battalion, 7th Marines, 1-7, the professionals. Marcus nods slowly. And your commanding officer in Ramadi? Lieutenant Colonel Henderson, great man. Tough as nails. Henderson. Marcus lets the name hang in the air. First name? Robert hesitates. Just for a second. James. James Henderson. Interesting. Marcus's voice is ice. Because 1st Battalion, 7th Marines was in Fallujah in 2006. Not Ramadi. And their CO was Lieutenant Colonel Christopher Downey. Not Henderson. The kids are watching now, sensing something's wrong. Robert's smile falters. Well, after multiple deployments, sometimes you mix up what was your MOS? Your military occupational specialty? Oh, 311 Rifleman. And you said you received the medal in 2006? That's right. At a White House ceremony? President Bush? Yes. Yes. That's right, say it. Marcus pulls out his phone, opens a web page. This is the official Medal of Honor database, maintained by the Congressional Medal of Honor Society. Every recipient since 1861. Would you mind if I search your name? The crowd around them has grown. Other veterans are watching, listening. Robert's face goes pale. That's not necessary. Robert Chambers. You said your name is Robert Chambers? Look, I don't appreciate... Marcus types searches, turns the phone around. No results found. The crowd goes quiet. Maybe it's a database error, Robert tries. These government websites, you know how they... There's no error. Marcus's voice cuts through the bullshit. Because I know every name on that list. I've met half of them, and you're not one of them. He steps closer. There were 4 Medals of Honor awarded for actions in Iraq during 2006. Corporal Jason Dunham. He died saving his Marines from a grenade. Sergeant First Class Paul Smith. He died defending a field hospital. Master Sergeant Brian Binns and Staff Sergeant Sal Junta. None of them are you. Robert backs up. I think there's been a misunderstanding. No misunderstanding. Marcus reaches to his wallet, pulls out a worn card, hands it to one of the veterans watching. It's his own Medal of Honor citation, laminated, faded. He carries it not to show off, but to remember. The men he saved, the brothers he lost. The veteran reads it, looks at Marcus, then at Robert. His expression hardens. Oh my God, someone in the crowd whispers. He's a real recipient. The energy shifts. Fast. Moments ago, Robert was the hero, the center of attention. People were honored to meet him. Now, he's the fraud, the thief, the man who stole valor from actual heroes. Take it off. Marcus's voice is quiet but carries weight. That medal. Take it off. Right now. I think I should go. Take it off. Not loud, but absolute. Robert's hands shake as he reaches for the ribbon. The crowd watches in silence. 200 people. Veterans. Families. Kids. He removes the fake medal, holds it in his hand. Marcus doesn't take it. That's not yours to hold. Put it on the ground. Robert sets it down. Now step back. He does. Marcus looks at the crowd, at the veterans, at the families who came to honor real service. Ladies and gentlemen, what you just witnessed is called stolen valor. It's not just offensive. It's a federal crime. This man has been impersonating a Medal of Honor recipient, claiming honors he never earned, disrespecting every person who actually served, every person who sacrificed, every person who didn't make it home. He turns to Robert. The Stolen Valor Act of 2013 makes it a federal crime to fraudulently claim receipt of military decorations, particularly the Medal of Honor. You're looking at up to 1 year in prison and fines. Someone in the crowd has already called the police. They arrive within minutes. Robert tries to explain, tries to justify. I just wanted respect. I wanted people to appreciate. You wanted respect you didn't earn, Marcus says. Real recipients don't wear the medal to get attention. We wear it to honor the men who didn't come home, the men who earned it with their blood. You turned it into a costume. The police take Robert aside. One of the officers is a veteran. He's seen stolen valor before. But the Medal of Honor? That's rare. That's serious. They take his information, confiscate the fake medal, tell him to expect federal charges. Robert's wife is there. She's crying. She didn't know. Thought he was a hero. Thought she married a man who saved lives. Now she's learning it was all a lie. His boss is there too. Robert works at a veterans organization. Got hired because of his service. That job? Gone. Immediately. The local newspaper is there? Took photos. The story will be front page tomorrow. Robert's entire life is collapsing in real time. After Robert is escorted away, the ceremony continues. But the energy has changed. Marcus is asked to speak. He doesn't want to, doesn't like the spotlight. But the organizer insists. He walks to the microphone. 200 people watching. I didn't come here to expose anyone, he says. I came here to honor my brothers, the men I served with, the men who didn't make it home. He pauses, collecting himself. The Medal of Honor isn't about the person who wears it. It's about the moment. The split second when you see your brothers in danger and you absolutely know that you're probably going to die. But you move forward anyway because that's what Marines do. That's what soldiers do. We take care of each other. I received this medal for actions in Fallujah, November 15, 2004. My unit was ambushed. 11 Marines were pinned down. I moved forward to draw fire. Took 3 rounds, but those 11 men made it home. That's what matters. Not the medal, not the ceremony, those 11 lives. The crowd is silent. Many are crying. When someone fakes this honor, they're not just lying about themselves. They're stealing from the men who actually earned it, the men who bled for it, the men who died for it. That's why it matters. That's why we can't let it slide. He looks directly at the veterans in the crowd. If you served, you have nothing to prove your service matters. Whether you saw combat or not, whether you have medals or not, you raised your right hand, you took the oath, you served your country. That's honorable. That's enough. Don't ever let anyone make you feel like you need to embellish that. The applause is thunderous. Robert Chambers pleaded guilty to violating the Stolen Valor Act. He received 6 months in federal prison and a $5,000 fine. His wife divorced him. His job was gone. His reputation destroyed. The local veterans community made sure everyone knew what he'd done. Was it harsh? Maybe. But stolen valor isn't a victimless crime. Every time someone fakes military service or decorations, they're stealing honor from people who actually earned it. They're taking resources meant for real veterans. They're deceiving their families, employers, and communities. And when it comes to the Medal of Honor, the highest award for valor in the United States, the one given to only 3,500 people in our nation's entire history, that's not just disrespectful. That's unforgivable. Marcus Webb still doesn't wear his Medal of Honor to public events, keeps it at home, in a case. Next to photos of the 11 Marines he saved that day in Fallujah. Because for him, the medal isn't about respect or attention. It's about memory, about honor, about making sure those 11 men and all the brothers who didn't make it home are never forgotten. And that's something you can't fake. That's something you can't steal. That's something you have to earn.